Hello and happy Friday. I'm Kimo Hussey. I thought it would be fun if we spoke today about patience and how patience applies to not only the way we play ukulele, but to a certain degree the way we listen to ukulele music. Got some great news though. Before we talk about patience, I want to share with you an ukulele that, at least for me, is brand new. This ukulele was made by Kerry Char. The last name is spelled C-H-A-R, and he lives in Portland, Oregon. I've had this uke about, maybe about 2 weeks or so, and it's a wonderful, wonderful ukulele. Remember this name, Kerry Char. Kerry Char. If you need his contact information, let me know and I'll send it to you. Again, he lives in Portland, Oregon, makes wonderful ukuleles. This ukulele is all koa. The koa is from Hawaii, just like Kerry Char is from Hawaii, although he lives in Portland. All koa has a side port, sound side port. The fretboard is radius, and here's the wonderful thing about this ukulele: it's sound. It's sound, and I'll get to the sound in just a little bit. Okay, after that commercial, let's get back to patience. I want to play a song for you. And as I play this song for you, what I'd love for you to do is just to think about patience and how it may apply to the way you play your ukulele. Here comes the song. How does patience apply in the way we play the ukulele? The first thing I think is to understand how patience, or the lack of it, can get in the way if we let it. We are able to instantaneously understand an idea, a concept. But in ukulele, what we have to do is to be very, very careful not to think that because we understand a concept, all of a sudden our hands in executing that concept, as it has to do with ukulele, will automatically follow. They won't. And that's not bad, because that's where practice comes in. A lot of times I have experienced how some people get impatient because they think that their hands will automatically follow, or that their hands will follow quickly. They won't. So my recommendation to you in the course of your ukulele development, your continuing ukulele development, is that you bring patience into every single practice that you have, because it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Oh, by the way, the reason why I played this song is that it requires a certain amount of patience to play that song. One of the things about ukulele is we've become accustomed to playing up-tempo songs, and a lot of times what we try and do is beat the ukulele into submission. But if you just slow down and let the instrument breathe, you are going to accrue a lot of dividends. Question becomes, how do we address patience in the way we practice? First of all, I don't have all of the answers. But what I can do is offer maybe some suggestions, and in the course of continuing our videos as we go on, we'll have some other sessions on patience. The first one I'd like to talk to you about is using a metronome when you practice. Because I think you'll find if you're not accustomed to using a metronome, that it'll take some getting used to. The reason to use a metronome is it'll make your rhythmic contributions to your music a lot more accurate. Now, if you take that metronome and play a real slow tempo like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just play in that slow tempo at the same time you have that metronome going. One of the things I think, personally, you have to do is to develop patience in doing that, because you don't ever want to think that you need to slow down your music. You absolutely want to think that if you're playing something slow, you want to be patient and deliberate, because unless you do that, the music won't come out right. One of the things about ukulele is that it's a fairly percussive instrument, which means when you pluck the string, the sound doesn't last very long. And so the reason why we play music that goes fast is there's not a whole lot of space between sounds, and so we keep playing fast. And sometimes if there's too much what we consider space between sounds, we go, that's not very good, and we feel uncomfortable. Don't. Because if you do nothing more than ask your ukulele to play slow, it will. So the only thing we want to suggest today is maybe get a metronome. The other thing I would suggest is bring patience into your thought process when you practice the ukulele. Even when you're doing fast songs, be patient, because in the course of being patient, you allow yourself to be more open to what it is you're learning. So we're looking for this not to be a discussion that'll cover everything about patience, because patience in playing is something that you work on forever. So the only thing that we want to talk to you about today is a metronome. If you get a metronome and use that metronome in your practice, promise you are going to accrue a lot of dividends. So let me play this again. Think about patience. Think about patience as I play this song.